All right, we'll get to Kyrie. We got to start with teams who are actually playing in the postseason. Let's start in Phoenix. Mavs, Suns,
draft
Game 2.
recap.
Chris Paul gave himself an early birthday gift. The soon-to-be 37-year-old dropped 14 of his 28 points in the fourth quarter to carry the Suns to a 129-109 win over Dallas. Devin Booker would say afterwards, he's just run out of ways to describe what CP3 can do in that fourth quarter. Luka was great again, but he can't be the only one. He's going to need help. He didn't get it again. Phoenix wins. They now take a commanding 2-0 series lead, heading back to Dallas on Friday. Chris Broussard, I'm going to start with you. We seem to be in the business of extending olive branches on the show this week, so I ask you this. Are you willing to extend Nick an olive branch to switch his pick from the Mavs to the Phoenix Suns?
Jenna, I've thought long and hard about this because Nick did extend, I think 3 days straight, the last 3 days he extended me an olive branch to change my Celtics in 7 pick over the Bucks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But they were pseudo offers. They weren't genuine. They weren't real. So I had to think about whether or not I want to offer this to Nick. And you know what? Nick, after much deliberation, I will offer you an olive branch under these terms. Number one, admit that Luka's season is going to end within the next week. Number two, erase, destroy, and pulverize all graphics referring to Luka as an all-time great playoff performer just 18 games into his postseason career. And number three, never utter the phrase bruise nets again unless given written permission by me.
This is a trick bag. Yeah, you know what?
You want it?
This doesn't often happen because I even called Kevin Wildes to conspire against you before today's show because I thought you were going to offer me a legitimate olive branch and I was going to maybe take it because I got to tell you, Suns look pretty good and I'm not sure the Mavs are going to be able to fix this defense in the next 48 hours. But that was disingenuous. That was dishonest. That was unbecoming of a man of your stature in the community and a man of your beliefs. I offered you true olive branches. You know what I mean? Fresh from the gardens of Athens. You, on the other hand, you're adding all these poison pills, all these qualifiers. So no, I don't want your stupid olive branch. So listen, here's the deal. The Mavs are in a rough spot. What's happening right now is that Luka, who is not Luka's one weakness as a player is he's not a great defensive player, and the Suns are very smartly. Right. It's not actually half the game. Wildes, put Tony Allen in your Hall of Fame if it's half the game. Let me finish, please. Not actually half the game. No one thinks it's half the game, so zip it for a moment. But it's an important part of the game. No, nobody. Let me finish, okay? This is between me and Brew at the moment, okay? They're in a rough spot because the Mavs right now have one way to score, and it's Luka because Jalen Brunson's yet to show up to the series. It's exhausting. He's not naturally a great defender to begin with, and Chris Paul because he is as smart of a basketball player as we've ever had this side of LeBron James. Waits and waits and waits. And then in the fourth quarter, when Luka is his most tired and the Mavs are their most desperate, he just tortures him. It's almost a little unfair what they're doing.
He's tired.
These constant pick and rolls, the constant targeting.
He's so tired.
It's really, you know what? I would just say, if you're truly the best team in basketball, beat them straight up. Not with this gimmicky stuff, but that's what they're doing. So, the Mavs are going to have to adjust, Brew. I will admit that. And Luka might have to take his hand off the joystick a bit on offense so he has a little more in the tank in the fourth quarter because yesterday in the fourth quarter it was a total disaster. I will admit that. However, folks thought this was happening last year in the finals. Suns were up 2-0. And then an all-time great came through with a masterpiece.
I mean,
so I'm not abandoning hope. I'm not taking your olive branch. I am never stopping referring to them as bruised Nets and bruised Clippers and the curse of Broussard. I'm never doing it. So I don't care about your olive branch. So go ahead and give your game analysis. I think the Mavs are still very live. It's one of those situations where they were declared dead, but then they're like, oh my God, he was actually alive. He was in the morgue, but he's alive. But they're alive.
You're stuttering, you're stammering. It's embarrassing, Nick. I mean, come on, look. And you talk about Broussard's curse, or Chris's curse, I think you called it. Or no, the Creole curse.
The curse of the Broussard.
I told you. You forced me to say this. But I told you last week it wasn't a Creole curse. It was a Creole christening. And who did I christen? Forget the Nets. Who did I christen? Jenna, you know who I christened months ago. The Phoenix Suns. Dallas, Memphis, Golden State, Milwaukee, Boston, whoever it is, I'm christening the Phoenix Suns.
Say it right
Nick.
there.
And you and your Dallas Mavericks are paying the price. And you talked about Luka. I don't want to hear any excuses about him being tired. And you know I love Luka. But you, as you are apt to do, as is your custom, you always go too far. And I should have made this a stipulation for the olive branch, too. Luka's going to be an all-time great. Luka, but he's no GOAT conversation ever. Ever. Okay? Because as you said,
I never said GOAT.
Michael Jordan, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, LeBron James, they're in the GOAT conversation. They never got targeted like this. I mean, Chris Paul is going big game hunting with my man Luka. Look at this in the key moments. There's no pick and roll. It's just, oh my gosh.
We saw
I got
it
the big,
last night.
large, slow Slovenian adult son of Nick Wright guarding me. I'm just blowing right by him. I think he was even telling Luka, all right, Luka, I'm about to go left. I'm going to take 2 dribbles and lay up a little finger roll on you. Here's again. Luka's trying to body him. I mean, come with that. I think I could guard CP3 better than that, Nick. Real talk. At 53 years old, my goodness.
No, you couldn't.
So this is
no,
why.
you couldn't. I go too far.
I might, maybe.
On the verge.
Maybe.
You're out there in your Insta-pop boom from 1994.
And here's the... Before I toss it to Wilds, here's the other thing, Nick. Offensively, Luka only had 11 points of his 35.
It was bad second
half.
half.
He had 4 turnovers in the second half when the game was really in the balance. They got outscored 71-49. So he did a lot of damage early, but not later, at least when the game was really in the balance. And so he got to fix it on both sides of the floor. But
there's no fixing.
Wilds pile on.
This is over. The Mavs season is going to be over. Be prepared to see Mr. Suns in 4 guy. He's going to be back. I saw he's on Cameo. Get ready. Get your PayPal ready. Suns in 4 guy is coming. And just to drive home how efficient the Suns are at scoring, I want you to do this test. And you know what? If you actually do this and send me a little note, I will pay for this. Up to 10 Nerf sets. Go to the store, buy a Nerf hoop, put it up, and take 100 shots, any shots you want. You want to be layups, dunks, little jump shots. And tell me how many out of 100 you make. If you want to be as good as the Phoenix Suns in the fourth quarter, you have to make 84 out of 100 shots, which will be difficult on a Nerf hoop by yourself or being guarded by your own ottoman.
It wasn't good.
And that's what the Dallas Mavericks defense is. Your own ottoman in your living room will play better defense against you in a Nerf hoop than the Mavs did against Chris Paul and Devin Booker. That is a true story.
Yeah.
That's actually true.
You know what,
That
guys?
is actually true.
I don't know. I was just in Los Angeles doing a number of things, one of which was interviewing Lil Wayne. That drops in about 90 minutes on YouTube. People should check it out. But the other thing I was doing was talking with our bosses. And you know what they say we do here? We celebrate sports. And maybe instead of you guys just piling on Luka Doncic because he had a bad 24 minutes of basketball, we should celebrate soon-to-be 37-year-old point guard Chris Paul, who also, by the way, best friends with Lil Wayne, again, 90 minutes on YouTube. Maybe we should talk about that. Yes. Again, maybe we should talk about Chris Paul painting his masterpiece. But here's what I know. Get your god-dog broom out of here, because there will be no broom. Here's what I know. Here's what I know, Jenna. Yeah, really. The Mavs are going to win Friday.
Drop it.
That's happening. And then Sunday, Game 4. Okay, all right, that's fine. We can place side wagers on it.
Nick.
Sunday, Game 4 will be the biggest game of Luka's life, and I'm going to be there. I'm flying to Dallas Saturday, down 2-1, to support my son. I'll be back in this seat Monday. We'll see how it goes. I'm not guaranteeing a Sunday victory, by the way, but Friday they're winning. Friday they're winning, and Sunday, a big game.